budget, the end of the final budget and tax rate. So we finalized that. It ended up to be, we had one member absent, and then we had one that voted against the budget. And but it was approved, and the tax rate was approved. It's the same tax rate that we've used 3 years in a row. And it did raise taxes, it did create more revenue, and when it goes the other way, it decreases the revenue. Then you got to really start worrying. But we really didn't do a lot. We did what people asked. They asked for a communications department. That's what we did. The media, and it's a mandated thing, not really mandated yet, but body cameras. Every kind of equipment that you ever want to have, and then, you know, it protects the officer and it protects the resident. So that was something, even though it wasn't entirely mandated, we still knew we had to do it. So you have to pay for that, and then every time you do that, you have to have somebody on the other end collecting data. So that data goes from here to Anoka County, and it's more than anybody would ever realize. But it was, I was happy with the way the budget. It was the best presentation by our finance director, Joe Hawes, that I've seen since I've been here. It was complete, and I've watched every one of them. First day of our senior center. Well, now we have all the privacy, the rooms where they can play, and you could do wood carving in one room, and in the evenings we can have other events in there. You know, you can have birthday parties in there. You can have Eagle Scout graduations, which we do a lot of, and you can. It's set for that. Not just after 5 o'clock. It's open, and on weekends they still do line dancing on weekends, and that's young and old. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's bigger than what we asked for, and I think it's multi-purpose now. Not really a community center, but it's. We took the name senior off of it because it had that idea that it was some sort of a senior living facility, and they thought, no, it's the Mary Ann Young Center, and you know, and very few people know her, and her family will be there on the 20th of February to be there, and we dedicate it. She was a very special lady, and she just she was one of the ones that started it, and she just you know, got in the end died of cancer, and then her husband was deathly sick at the same time, so they both passed away. He had Alzheimer's, and they were just super people. But so we didn't want to take that name off, and of course the dining room A and dining room B will be named after me, which I didn't even know they were going to do it, and I thought, well, I guess I like to eat, so I might as well connect it with food. But it was really neat. So there's 2 rooms, and they seat 250 pretty comfortably. So we can do bigger events, and you know, we set up prices for catering rules because the kitchen is very expensive, and we don't want any damages. But the people will be able to use it, and there's 2 kitchens. You can use smaller one if you want. But so I think it's going to be working out really well. I'm looking forward to it. And you know, we're working on Lexington and Main Street, or 14 out there on that development, trying to help him get going. The gas station, which was Shell, took it down, and now we're trying to figure out what is a good anchor there for that building. And it's gone 2 or 3 different ways now. We're trying to help him to get him going, because he was 18 years in that gas station, and when Quick Trip came in, it just finished him. They're in the not just gas business; they're in the full service. So, and he knew it, and we've been really working with him, trying to get him going. We want success out of it. You know, and now we have 3 Aldis. And I'm telling you, when you go home, they're busy. The people go in there, boy, and they're buying. And it's just, so maybe they're the smart ones of the group. I don't know. They collected over 2,000 pounds of food. And the police, it wasn't just Blaine, it was other cities, part of the county that were in here. And they took these kids out, and they really spent on gifts for kids. And, you know, and that was just part of it. I didn't even know what we were doing actually beyond that for the homeless people. And the county representative was here, and she said, I can't believe what you're doing. And we're going out at night from 10 to 2 in the morning, and we're meeting these people that are north, a lot of them in the Northtown area, trying to figure out how we can help them, bringing them meals, and talking to them about how we can make their life better. Not necessarily make it perfect, but make it better. And I think the people down there, Northtown's been really impacted, and the neighborhoods are living in the woods and stuff, and we brought some of them in here and talked to them, and I don't know how many are actually veterans. We didn't find out too many. They weren't really telling the story, but so you show it. I mean, there's going to be veterans organizations, there's going to be county people, police departments, all the different organizations that can step up to try to help them, whether it's mental health, and I think a lot of it is. I mean, we got 200 some miles of roads, and to keep them all going the way it is, and you always, every year we get that ice with the water, with the rain. And it makes it, if you don't work fast, you're going to get a problem, boy. And I'm impressed at what they do. We gave them the best equipment we got that we can get. Most of the trucks were new. So when we head out, everybody used to say, well, you take care of this side more than you do our side. And I thought, no, we split routes every direction. They start at 2 in the morning. And so we're trying to do the best we can. And it's just end of another year, and certainly wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we're done for this year. I'm kind of glad it went good. It was a wet year. We didn't, very few people even had water this year. It rained steady all year, but it was a great year. It's just kind of even after last night, it was my 33rd budget, and it's interesting. I like doing it, and you can't make everybody happy, but a lot more road work coming in the spring. So Jefferson Street will get finished. All the ones that were programmed, we didn't get to them, but they'll all get done next year.